What's up, people? How you guys doing tonight? Here I is, just having a little Flash live media encoder was being a little bit of a jerk, so that's all set now, though. All right, so um, got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. I think. I think so. I'm usually wrong about these things, but you know, whatever. Let's see. What are we going to talk about tonight? We have a review that I'm really excited about, actually, which is this little guy right here. The Minigen and the Microstick. Mostly the Microstick I'm very excited about, but the Minigen is also pretty sweet. Mod news as usual. We're also going to review this guy, which is the No Name mod. Okay. And we got a bunch of giveaways, including a giveaway from iHybrids later in the show that I am going to reveal later in the show. So you'll have to be surprised by that one. So, yeah. So well, it's already 5 past. So why don't we jump into this and we'll do our usual early bird giveaway. So first, we are going to do a giveaway from my friends over at Allison Vapeland. So the giveaway from Allison Vapeland is actually a gift certificate. So you can basically, you can use it on whatever you want. It's $13.10, which is enough to buy a 15 milliliter glass bottle or an 18 milliliter dripper bottle of juice, and also pay for shipping. Or if you want, you can apply it toward a larger purchase. International, welcome to participate in this as well. So what we are going to do is see how many people are in the room. Actually, Niagara, I did a pretty serious overhaul of the software I'm using, and was trying to improve the quality of the video in the stream and the audio in the stream. So it's not quite HD, but it should be much, much better than it was a couple weeks ago. So we are going to do a number from 1 to 75. So when I say go in chat, please pick a number from 1 to 75, just one number, and one win per person per episode of the show, please. So if you do win this one, I'd appreciate if you don't participate in the other drawings unless you want to piff it to somebody else, with the exception of the iHybrid giveaway, which that is treated separately. So that one will be available to anyone who's won any of the other giveaways on the show as well. So here we go. And for those of you just coming in, this is for the Allison Vapeland gift certificate. Throw a number from 1 to 75 in chat, please, if you are interested in winning a gift certificate to Allison Vapeland. Oh my goodness. Nice to see everybody. It's been a busy week so far this week. Work is kicking my butt. That's okay though. My nearly HD is making your connection lag like hell. Oh no. That's not good. Were you not having a problem last week? Because it's basically the same stream as it was last week. It's not a higher bitrate than last week. Maybe? I'm not sure. You can try. Just make the window really, really tiny. That'll do it. Anything that makes me look smaller, I can get on board with. So that is not Allison Vapeland's website, Jedi. Vapeland.org. I don't think that's their website. If that is their website, I didn't realize they had another website. It's AllisonVapeland.com. Makers of delicious e-juices, including some of my all-time favorites like Zombie Apocalypse and Pumpkin Tumble. So, all right, let's see. Couple more numbers in, or a couple more seconds to get your numbers in, rather. And then I'm going to throw a stop up in the room. No more numbers after I say stop in chat, please. That's AIV, huh? Interesting. I've always gone to AllisonVapeland.com. I didn't realize it was also Vapeland.org. All right. Anyway. And stop. Let's see. Yeah, Tebow. Yeah, he's on my team now. I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, I do know how I feel about that. I'm not thrilled. Anyway, let's see. 59. All right, bear with me while I scroll through here. Let's see, 63, 55, 63. Is that really the closest? Let's see, I see a 63, 55, 55, 63. I do not see anything closer unless I'm losing my mind here. Okay, let me just take one more look through real quick. So the 255s, that was Eternal Vape and Dink Girl, and the 263s, that is Gleekeel G. And where was the other 63? And Vape ADM. We're going to have to do a 4-way juice off. So, when I say go, I'm sorry, yeah, when I say go in chat, the 4 of you, I want you to pick a number from 1 to 20, please. And if someone picks a number before you, pick a different number. All right, here we go. And go. I did not see that TB went down today. I haven't been paying attention. I've been working all day. That does not please me, though. I'm going to pretend I didn't read that, and I'll read up on it after the show's over. All right. Oh. Yeah. Hey, Doug. I can't count your number for this one. We're actually in the middle of a roll-off. But next one, you'll make it in time. Let's see. What do we got? 16. It looks like Gleekeel G is the winner. Congratulations. I'm going to send you a message. And you'll see it come across in chat. It'll be my email address. What you're going to do is you're going to send me an email. That's all you have to do. If you want to put Allison Vapeland winner in the subject, that would be great. I'm going to forward your email on to Allison Vapeland, and they will send you a coupon code that'll serve as your gift certificate by next Tuesday so that you can use it on their site when they open on Wednesday of next week. So here comes my email address. congratulations again. And all right, and then let's move on. So let's jump into mod news. First up, we have released the Kraken. This is the Kraken from Vicious Ant. Vicious Ant is the maker of the Cyclone top-fed and bottom-fed dripper and the adjustable airflow control Cyclone dripper as well, which is a really, really nice dripper. It is this particular device called the Kraken is currently available as a pre-order. They are, I believe, in stock. Here is the link in chat. Looks like a really nice atomizer, and Vicious Ant does really good work, so I'm very interested to see this one. I did order one for future review purposes. It's a 22 millimeter outside diameter, so it'll look nice on all your 22 millimeter devices in theory. You know, your Caravellas and Nemesises and other 22 millimeter stuff. 15 millimeter inside diameter. I haven't gotten a look at the inside of the top cap. I've seen the Addy deck, but not the actual inside of the top cap, so I don't know if he's doing something with a reduced chamber or how that's going to work. I do know that it's going to have airflow control, and I believe it is also dual airflow. So it's designed to be set up with dual coil, which will be fun. I prefer dual coil, as those of you who watch my show know. So, but anyway, yeah, there's the link. It's 150 bucks, which is, you know, pretty much in line with the high-end Addies. There's a lot that are more expensive, which I think it's a little ridiculous once you get, especially up to the $200 mark for a higher-end device. 150 buying it from the US is pretty reasonable, because that's also including, you know, the shipping in from the Philippines. He's in the Philippines. So anyway, looks pretty cool. You know, it's a really interesting design look. I like the way that it that he designed that kind of tank protector on it with the little Kraken engraving. I think it looks really sweet. So we'll see. But I'm excited about it. So let's see. Oh, geez, it's 200 plus shipping in the UK. That's rough. No, it's 150 here plus $6 for shipping, so not too bad. I can't complain. So next up, we've got this guy. Now, this is not new news per se, but I wanted to bring this to people's attention in case this is something that you had expressed interest in before. This is the Origin dripper. I am really excited about this one as well, just based on what I've seen with the design. So in the center here, you can see there's a couple different renders of a couple different ideas that they're toying around with for single dual coil, and then the bottom version is capable of doing is capable of doing anywhere from 1 to 4, but it's really designed for dual or quad coil. What you see on the far left-hand side is actually what it looks like without the top cap on there, and you can see those holes along that ring in kind of the center of the atomizer. That's to adjust the airflow, so you'll be able to set it up either as a single air hole or dual air hole, and then adjust the air hole sizes. And then what you see directly below my camera is what it looks like assembled, and it's got that stepped Devo hat top cap on it, just like the Origin atomizer does. I'm very excited about this. The machining quality on the Origin Jenny was very, very high quality, so I am you know, psyched to see what they do with this, because it looks like it's actually a really kind of interesting and innovative design for a dripper. So anyway, that is the reason I brought it up on the show, even though we've been talking about this before, is if you go to that link, the list is actually open again. It was originally an interest list, and now he's taken the interest list and is asking for confirmation for those that signed up. So if you signed up, you need to confirm. In addition, they've also opened up a reserve list for those that were on the interest list and don't confirm, and I have a feeling there'll be a lot of people that don't, since that list went live some time ago. So if you want to get on the list is live right now. You get on the reserve, chances are if you get on soon, you'll be able to bump yourself up onto the actual first run list for the Origin Dripper, which I think looks like it's going to be a really, really sweet device. So anyway, let's see, what do we have up next? Next, this is the, hold on a sec, whoops, there we go, that's what I want. This is the Bagua limited edition top and bottom caps. I know this is a little bit odd, but it's the 22 millimeter Bagua limited edition top and bottom caps. So basically what Yellow Kiss decided to do, Fred is being a turd, so we'll just let him get on camera real quick instead of letting him stomp around on the keyboard. All right, buddy, get down. So what Yellow Kiss decided to do is basically do a limited run, limited edition top and bottom caps. They're made for the Bagua 22 millimeter. However, and they're available in stainless steel and brass. However, you can use them obviously on any device with the 20x1 threading, which is the standard threading size for the majority of 22 millimeter mechanical mods. So in theory, if you wanted to take these caps and put them on a GP PAPS, you could do that. If you wanted to take the caps and put them on something else, you know, a Caravella or a Swan or, you know, whatever, Gus 22, you could do that. But it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of an interesting idea. It's $100 for the caps, which if you think about it, I mean, isn't really that bad, because you know, the only difference between the caps and a mod is adding a tube in the middle there. So, but anyway, kind of interesting. They're not available just yet. They're going to be available over at Rampage Vapor. They're listed as coming soon. Here's the link. There you go. So, so yeah, you'll be able to change the look of your Bagua TI if you want to. With the limited edition top and bottom caps, and I have a sneaking suspicion the Bagua 22 is going to be available in other metals as well in the future, but we'll see. So let's see what next. Next up, this is just a quick one. I've talked about this on the show before. It's funny timing because I think Pega is in the room. He is indeed. Hello, sir. The Moon G3, which is a very reasonably priced, good quality hybrid. It's an anodized aluminum hybrid with a electronic switch in it that can handle pretty high amps. It's got a very high amp limit on it, so nothing that you're going to be able to, it's definitely higher amp limit than the batteries that you're using, so it's not something you have to worry about burning out the switch if you want to use a low ohm coil in it. Anyway, it's a very reasonably priced device. It's a quality hybrid and one of the least expensive quality hybrids on the market. I think it's a little bit more than the Pure for my hybrids, if I remember correctly. Anyway, the reason I brought this up, the list is open. So if you're interested in getting on the list is not open very frequently because these are hand turned and they are not produced in mass quantity. So if you're interested in getting one of these guys, jump on it right now. I believe the only list is on Vaporwall Norway. Pega, if there's another list to get, or another link to get on that list, if you could throw it up in chat, actually, that would be great for those that are not on Vaporwall. So, but yeah, it's open right now. You can watch my review of the G2 from Moon, which is very, very similar. It's almost the same device except for a couple small improvements. Actually, no, I reviewed the G1, but again, just a couple minor improvements from the G1 to the G2 to the G3. So I really liked the G1, and the G3 is actually even better. So again, you should check it out. There you go. And Pega just linked the Google spreadsheet in there too. So if you want to sign up for the Moon G3, there you go, for a very reasonably priced, good quality, compact, travel-friendly Genesis hybrid. So let's see what's up next. This is... So, you know, I don't usually talk... I very rarely talk about clones on the show. But I will bring up Chinese devices that are not a clone. This one's kind of borderline. It's got some elements of other devices. The Switch actually reminds me a lot of the Enzonic. I haven't seen it close up though, so I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, basically, this is the SmokeTech Magneto. They're just coming into the US now. And, you know, if you're looking for a more reasonably priced mechanical mod, if you're not able to swing the price for some of the high-end stuff that we talk about on the show, you know, this is something that I can, you know, at least feel comfortable in recommending because it's not a clone. Much like the Bobo that we talked about last week, that ridiculous thing. But anyway, I've seen a few reviews, just, you know, written reviews on websites that have raved about this. I'm not making a personal recommendation based on my own reviews, but, you know, if you're looking for something for, like I said, for a reasonable price for a mechanical mod, it's about $50. It looks like it's, you know, reasonably well made for what it is. So there it is. It's just hitting the States now. I think they've been available for 4 or 5 days now in the US. So, but my Vapor Store's got them for $50. So, okay. So some people have tried them in here. Oh, I forgot you've got a Bobo, Miss Emma. Oh, and Sunny Vapes has the Magneto on sale as well. So anyway, could be a good, reasonably priced option. So anyway, let's see what we have up next. So this next little bit that I'm going to talk about is actually clone related as well, but this is a warning. So for those of you that are looking to purchase a Qi-Yu, there are very, very close looking copies hitting the market right now. They're available for purchase right now. They're very difficult. It's very difficult to distinguish between what's a real Qi-Yu and what's not a real Qi-Yu until you hold it. The quality is the difference in the quality is very apparent when you hold them next to each other. There are some differences in the finish a little bit. It's a different grade of metal that is used, but all things that are very difficult to tell by just looking at them. So this is, from what I understand, this is the best way to tell the difference between them. So if you're on Mod Trader or you're on ECF Classifieds and you're looking to buy a Qi-Yu, you want the person you're purchasing it from to send you a close-up picture of the serial number engraving. The engraving on the left-hand side, if you look at the number, the font on the number is different. It's a more boxy font. And then the font on the right-hand side is a more rounded font, the serial numbers. So that's the best way that I'm aware of to tell the difference between them just from looking at them. So just keep that in mind if you're looking to purchase Qi-Yu at some point in the near future. Especially if you're buying it if you're buying it secondhand, you want to keep an eye out for the serial numbers. Get a close-up photo of the serial number if you can. If the person you're dealing with is not someone that you know and they refuse to give you a close-up photo of the serial number, I would back off of the trade or the sale. So, You know, I know, Jalen. It's sad, you know, and like I said, and I've said this before on the show, I have no problem with mass-produced mods coming from China that are affordable and work, you know, well, and you know, I'm glad that there's better quality stuff coming from China now. I think that's good for those that can't afford some of the higher end devices. I do not I absolutely am 100% against cloning, though. Come up with your own design, mass produce a quality product that isn't a clone. That's my take on it. So, anyway, let's see. What do we got up next? Next, we're going to do. Oh, well. Surprise! We're going to do another giveaway. You guys probably figured that out already, though. So, let's see. We're going to do a giveaway from... Hold on. There we go. From RTD. Let's see here. How many we got in the room? So what we're giving away from RTD Vapor is actually a pair of 18650 MNKE batteries. So if you need some batteries for your rebuildable journey and looking for something with a really high amp limit so you can play around with maybe some lower ohm coils and dual and quad coils, and the extreme vaping, especially the MNKs, are one of the safest batteries for that. They have a very high amp limit. The battery life is a little bit lower, but it's because it can output much more power. So anyway, Oh, you didn't miss any reviews yet, David. I was just going through mod news. So, yes, the Devo Dripper. So, yeah, the MNKE 18650s. This is for a pair of them, like I said, from RTD, who, if you're not familiar with them, you should be. It's my go-to place, especially for batteries and chargers. So, when I say go in chat, anyone that is interested in winning a pair of 18650 MNKE batteries, pick a number from 1 to 100. Just one number, please. And here we go. Yes. We're not giving away 26 650s tonight. But, yes, they also sell 26 650s there. In fact, the one that I'm using in this device right here is from RTD Vapor. That is a shockwave. This is funny. Look at that. That's the Microstick and the shockwave next to each other. Okay, Hugh, I got it. I will check Facebook after the show for sure. Hey, and RTD's in the room. Thanks again for sponsoring the show, sir. Or ma'am. I'm not sure which of you or both of you is there. And thanks for doing the giveaway. Alright guys, I'll give you a few more seconds to get your numbers in, 1 to 100 please. And stop. All right, let's see what we got. 99. Luftballons. Let's see. Alright, 97 from Gleek, piffing to Dragon Lore. Oh, there's 99, Meddler, right on the number. Let me see if we got any other 99s. Hold on. It looks like that's it. Let me just check through one more time real quick. Meddler 99. And alright. Very good. Congratulations, Meddler. You've got a pair of MNKE 18650 batteries coming at you from RTD Vapor. I am going to send you my email address in a PM. You'll see it come across in chat. And what you're going to do is just send me an email with your shipping address. That's all we need. And I'll send that on to RTD, and they'll get those batteries out to you very shortly. And here comes my email address. Congratulations again. Alright, there you go, Meddler. I am a product of the 80s, yes. I would definitely consider myself a product of the 80s. So, let's see. What are we going to do next? Oh, hey, why don't we do another giveaway? This one is going to be from Vapor Craze. So, this giveaway is for 4 bottles of juice. 15 milliliter bottles, so that's 60 milliliters of juice. The flavors are chosen randomly. You get to pick the nicotine level. So when I say, actually, let's see what we got here in the room. All right, when I say go, you're going to pick a number from 1 to 100, not 1,000. Nice, Nemesis. All right, when I say go, you're going to pick a number from 1 to 100. And again, if you have already won, please refrain from participating unless you want to pay it forward. And go. So 1 to 100, please. This is for 4 bottles of juice from Vapor Craze, who is hosting the Vapetoberfest coming up in Long Beach on October 18th and 19th, which is coming up fast. If you go to vapetoberfest.com, you can sign up for the event. It sounds like it's going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be very big. There's going to be a lot of vendors there, so it should be a good time. I am going to try to go myself if I can. So, PIF or pay it forward, basically just you know, the community, so the vaping community is kind of founded on helping others because at its core, you know, I mean, I review all of these, you know, fun, fancy devices and whatnot on the show, but, you know, at its core, the vaping community is about helping people quit smoking. So there's a lot of giving and piffing that goes on in the community, and basically it's just a way of saying, you know, well, if I want to play this game, but I don't need the whatever it is that's the prize, so I'm gonna you know, give it to this other person that I know needs it instead. So you know, that's if you see somebody put a number and then piff and then someone else's number or someone else's name, it means that they want to play, but if they win, they're giving the win to somebody else. So. Yeah, it's definitely a nice gesture. And it's something that, you know, a lot of people seem to forget about the vaping community, is that really, you know, that's really what it's about. You know, I mean, for me, it's also obviously a hobby, and I do this show, you know, and I like collecting, and I like, you know, my fancy toys and rebuildables and whatnot. But, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, it's about helping people quit smoking, so... So, all right. Yeah, you can. You don't have to. I mean, if it's something, if you need juice and you win, then you can keep it yourself. But if you want to pay it forward to someone else in the room, you can do that too. Yeah. So, all right, give you a couple more seconds to get your numbers in, guys, and then we will stop. All right, and stop. I'm not sure when the next one is, but I'm actually working on setting one up at Doherty's in September, so I'm not sure if there's going to be one between now and then. But it's actually in the New England Vapors Forum or New England Vapors group on Facebook. There's a discussion about it, so it's probably going to be like third week of September. Or fourth week of September. I don't remember. It's some week in the middle to end of September. Not the week that VaporCon is, but a different week. So, anyway, it hasn't actually been the exact date hasn't been decided on yet, though. So, all right, let's see. What do we got? 12. Let's see. We got a 10 from Vape ADM. And a 14 from Twisted Vape. Oh, there's an 11 from Ring Capacity. That's closest so far that I see. And a 13 from B-Boy Surreal. So we got 13 from B-Boy Surreal, and we've got an 11 from Ring Capacity. And I'm just checking through one more time to make sure I didn't miss any other 11s or 13s or 12s. Okay, so Ring Capacity and B-Boy Surreal, when I say go, the two of you are going to pick a number from 1 to 10. If someone picks, if someone beats you to your number, pick a different number, please. And go. Juice off. Who's going to pick first? Ring Capacity. Pick a number from 1 to 10. That's not a 6. There we go. Alright. And 7. Congratulations, B-Boy Surreal. You've got 60 milliliters of juice coming your way from Vapor Craze. So I am going to send you a message in chat with my email address. What you're going to do is you're going to send me an email with the nicotine level that you want and also with your shipping address, please. And I will send that on to Vapor Craze, and they will send your juice on to you shortly. And here you go. You'll see it come across in chat. All right. There we go. Yeah, Sandy K, RTD Vapor. You should check them out. They have a whole bunch of different chargers. The Nightcore IntelliChargers are really good. I recommend those. So, all right, very good. So let's continue on. It is time to talk about vape mail. So, let's see here. So vape mail. Got a few interesting things that came this week. First off, this guy. This is the elevator. Okay. You can see it says elevator on there. I'm not going to do close-ups so you get the idea. But what this is this is actually a telescoping, but it's got like, you know, we'll talk about it in more detail when we do the review. It's got spaces in between the threading that make it easier to unthread actually and unscrew everything. But it's a 3 battery size 18650, 18500, 18350 telescoping DNA 20 tube mod. So you know, this and the Cyborg were the first 2 DNA 20 tube mods to hit the market that I'm aware of. I haven't seen the Cyborg in person, but the build quality on this looks pretty damn good. So we will be talking about this in the near future. Again, that is the elevator from Renovation Mods, and they're going to be doing another run soon. I also got, and this is something that I've been meaning to get my hands on and do a review of for quite a while actually, and I just haven't. It's not that I haven't bothered. I just I haven't really thought about it actually, which is kind of terrible. But so this is a lava gen. This is the lava tank with the lava gen drop in. So we will be doing a review of this little guy in the near future. This one, which I believe is still in stock, and I talked about in Mod News yesterday, or last week. This is the BOD, B-O-D, by Leo. Every time I look at the engraving where it says BOD by Leo there, if you can see that, that's not gonna autofocus, are you? No, because you're a jerk. Anyway, it says BOD by Leo right there. Every time I see that, it reminds me of Body by Jake, and I don't know why, but it does. But it's interesting. It's a telescope, as you can see. It's got super smooth threading on it, kind of like the roller where you can just like spin it to telescope. And the way the switch works, if you notice there's no bottom switch on it, the way the switch works is you actually push this down. Now, I thought it would be more like the KEF, but the way that it works is it actually pushes the 510 pin up. Well, it doesn't push the 510 pin up, but when you press this down, the 510 pin stays stationary and makes contact with the bottom of your Addy by pressing down on this. So it's a much, much softer throw, and it's actually really comfortable to use. I just, played around with it for like 5 minutes to try it out, but pretty neat, I must say. And it actually has a lock ring on the top too, so you just turn this right here and then it locks in place. So that's the BOD by Leo, the same person that came out with the Killer. And I ordered it and it shipped, and it got here in like 4 days, and the shipping was free, which is pretty impressive. It came from Greece. So now that's in 350 mode, so once I'll probably put an 18500 in there and it'll be a little bit bigger, but in 350 mode it certainly is compact. So pretty cool. What else? Also, and I know I got this earlier, but I got the official release version now. The other one I got was just a prototype to test out. So this is the Antares from it's being distributed by the rep that distributes Art of the Exhale, but this is from the other Ukraine modder group that he represents. Yeah, it's kind of a goofy looking, interesting 22mm Genesis. It's got adjustable airflow. It's got the lip with the adjustable airflow hole like the Fugatti does. And then it's got this fatty tank on it, so it holds just a ton of juice. I think it holds like 6 milliliters or 5 or 6 milliliters without being super tall, which is kind of cool. And it actually came with a few different colored tanks. There's a clear, and then there's a black, and also the blue. So, and with a couple different drip tips as well, all of which are titanium. So for the price, it actually was quite a nice little package there. So, no, it is plastic, but I believe, I think the black tank is actually Delrin, which is not adversely affected by corrosive juices like anise and citrus-based stuff. So not 100% sure on that. I will find out before I do the actual review, of course, but I'll report back to you when I review that guy. So, yep, and that is a Genesis. It's kind of, I actually really like the look, because I kind of like stuff that looks a little bit unusual or goofy, if you want to call it goofy. So, yeah, I think it's pretty cool looking, and it's all titanium too, so, which I do enjoy titanium. Anywho, that's it for mod new or for vape mail. Let's give away some more stuff. So we're gonna do a giveaway from, if I can find them here, from E6 Vapors. So we are gonna give away a big sample pack. 6 bottles, 6 milliliter bottles, so the big sample bottles. Sample pack, you get to pick the flavor, the nicotine, and the VG/PG ratio that you want. So you gotta do some hunting around on their website and make sure you pick out 6 flavors that you want if you win. And there's the website from Jedi there too. And let's see here. When I say actually, let me just check the number of people in the room real quick. All right, we'll do a number from 1 to 100 again. So when I say go in chat, pick a number from 1 to 100, please, if you have not won already, or if you want to participate, you know, you can piff as we've discussed. And go. So E6, really good juice, actually. I like a lot of their juices. My favorite is Legend, which is kind of an RY4, but not super tobacco-y. It's got like a nice, savory, sweet blend that I like quite a bit, actually. And they have a lot of other good flavors too, but that particular one is my favorite. If you like, I don't even want to say if you like tobacco vapes, because I don't really love like strong tobacco flavor vapes myself, but I actually enjoy this particular vape. So, good stuff. No, the iGo L works really well, you know, and that's like what I'm talking about. That's another example of like a, you know, a product that works really well and is reasonably priced. It's coming out of China, you know. I mean, some of the products coming out of China are getting better. I just don't like the clones. Can't support that. Yeah, the microcoils are pretty sweet. They're a little tougher to set up with mesh, but I've been playing around with them a little bit myself. I am almost exclusively a mesh vapor though, so makes it a little tough. The problem is you have to do it, you know, like a Peter K method, and the coils, it's really tough to get the coils to stay in exactly kind of like a tube shape so that you can fit the wick into it and make sure that it's making contact with the wick and not going to give you hot spots. So yeah, mesh builds definitely last longer than silica builds for sure. And then if you use, you know, in a Genesis, if you use like a cable wick, the cable wicks will last like months and months and months. You still have to dry burn and clean them every once in a while, but you can leave a setup on there for months at a time. So let's see. All right, numbers are still coming in. Yeah, literally months. Not even exaggerating. You know, as long as you maintain it, and once it starts to get a little black gunk on there, then you know, do like a dry burn cycle to get the gunk off the coil. You know, the cable wicks can last a long time. There you go. Wes in chat just had a cable build last for 3.5 months. And the crazy thing is even when the build goes bad and the wire finally gets all gunked up past the point of return, you can actually take the wick out, clean the wick, and then wrap it with a new wire because the wick will still work. It's pretty crazy. But let's see. Anyway, so when I say stop, no more numbers, please. I saw a few more still kind of filtering in. I'll give you guys a few more seconds. And stop. All right. Oh, hot coil just in time. That's awesome. I didn't know Grizz had a 14-month-old Jenny Wick. That's amazing. So, let's see. What do we got? 81. Alright, bear with me. 83 from Miss Vape Girl. 79 from Pack. Let's see if we got anybody closer than that. I don't see any closer than YouTube, but let me just go through real quick one more time. Okay. All right, so Pack 79 and Miss Vape Girl, we're going to have a roll-off, a juice-off. So when I say go, the two of you, please pick a number from 1 to 10, and go. All right, let's see. What do we got? 10. Pack 79. That's you, sir. Congratulations. Who said you'd never win? I think you did. All right, so you need to go to e6vapors.com, pick out the 6 flavors that you want. You're going to send me an email with the 6 flavors, the nic level you want. If you need a custom VG-PG ratio, give me that as well. And obviously include your shipping address in the email too. Here comes my email address, sir. Congratulations. Here you go. All right. I think he's just joking around, Naughty. I know you're a regular. Alright, cool. Let's move on. What do we got up next? We're going to start the reviews! Alright, let's see how this looks. Playing around with some new stuff here. And where are we? Alright. So, first up, we're going to talk about the Microstick by Chels. I think that's what I got here. Yeah. Like the new little banner on the bottom. Yeah. So, all right, Microstick. This is the Microstick. Let me get a close up for you here. So, this guy right here is the Microstick from Chels. It's very, very small. There are pictures of this that Chels has posted with it sitting next to a matchbook. And it is approximately the same height and width as a book of matches. It is a little bit deeper, obviously, because it's fitting an 18350 battery. However, it is approximately the same size as a matchbook. I'm going to hold this up next to an 18500 tube mod. That's a pretty, maybe a little bit bigger than a typical mod because it's got some electronics. But just to give you an idea, it's very, very short. Put it bottom to bottom there. Okay, you can see the top of the tube mod there. It's very short. And keep in mind that what you see right there is with the Addy in it as well. So the top of the drip tip, basically it's the exact, so the no name in 18500 mode is exactly the same height as the Minigen Microstick combo with drip tip. And that is that's a Hellfire drip tip in there, which is a shorter drip tip, but still, it's pretty amazing. It's very, very compact, very pocket friendly. So, the Microstick. Let me give you guys a little bit of info before we really start the review. So, the website right now is Vaporwall. There you go. It is wee tiny. That's the Vaporwall site for Chels. The device is 24 millimeters wide this way. It is 41 millimeters wide this way. It is 49 millimeters tall minus the button. With the button, it's 57 millimeters tall. Super, super compact. Okay. The atomizer hole is 16.5 millimeters. So this will take any 16 millimeter or smaller atomizer. Hellfire Mini, Nawal, the Avis, the Minigen, which is made by Chels, which is what's designed to be used in this device, Mini Micro, Mini B, any other 16 millimeter spheroid, etc., etc. 16 millimeter atomizers all will fit in here. It does actually have airflow too. If you wanted to use a spheroid, we'll show you that in a little bit. The price is very reasonable. It's $99 retail. I don't know what it's going to cost when it's available in stores, because he is going to be selling this through distributors once the first list is done, and also on his website. But it's 99 bucks plus 10 bucks for shipping right now. And it weighs 82 grams without the battery, so it's actually got a little bit of heft to it. It's well built, and I'll talk about that here in just a second. So, let me take the Addy out of here so I can show this to you a little more clearly. So here you can see the engraving. Let me pull autofocus off. Hold on a sec. Here you can see the engraving. That's Chels' logo, which is a little donkey smoking a pipe. It's kind of funny. And then as you can see, it says Microstick, and they are serialized. Okay. You can see the slots there. If you're using a Genesis that has a glass tank, you'll be able to see the amount of juice that you have. You can see the button here as well. It's a nice clicky button. You'll hear. It's nice and firm. You can really feel when you make contact. It feels nice. I do like this button a lot, actually. It feels really good using it with your thumb too. This little nub right here is actually designed to be used with a lanyard, so you can throw this around your neck if you want to kind of keep it upright and make it even more travel friendly. Inside here, you will see, get the light to shine right so you can see inside there. There is the 510 connection, and then you have the air hole slots on the side of the 510 connection in case you want to use this with, you know, like a spheroid or something else that requires some kind of airflow to the base of the device. The button also has a locking mechanism. You just turn the button, and that locks it. Now it's locked. This does not press down now that that's locked. And you simply turn that back around, and there you have it, nice and clicky. If you look inside here, we'll take the 18350 out. You'll see there's a brass contact down on the bottom, and you can't see it terribly well. And on the other side, you have a brass screw, and then you've got a little spring that goes around the top of the button to prevent the button from making contact with the battery. Now that spring, you don't have to worry. This isn't like that device that we talked about last week. This spring, you don't need to worry about it making contact with the metal on the battery, because it is in contact with Delrin on this side, not with metal, so it's not going to cause any shorts. Okay, and the spring is also not a hot spring. There is no current traveling through the spring. When the contact is made, the current passes through that brass screw, and then on the opposite end, on the negative side, through that brass contact down in the bottom of the device there. Okay, so we'll put the battery back in, screw the button back on the top here, which it's got a little bit of there we go. It's not difficult to screw in, but the the spring fights against you a little bit, so you have to push down and turn. And then make sure that's in nice and tight. And once again, that's all set to go. So, let me back it out just a little bit here. So this is the Microstick assembled, as you can see here. Okay. We'll take the Addy, pop that in there. You just pop it down on the top, screw it in. It kind of aligns itself, at least when I'm using the Minigen in here. And just thread that down until it locks. Now, one of the interesting things about this is the 510 connection, the airflow on the top of that, or the airflow cap, I should say, the cap on top of the 510 connection down inside here that has those 4 air hole slots. You can actually unscrew that a little bit if you want to adjust the location of the hole in your atomizer. Now, with this setup, with the Minigen that I have, it's perfect. So if you can see, with the atomizer in there, if you look at it straight on, the hole is kind of pointing that way, which is perfect because if you hold it in your hand like this with your thumb on the button, and I'll take the put autofocus back on, but if you hold it with your thumb on the button like this and you kind of bring it to your mouth, the air hole the air hole on the Jenny is literally pointed exactly straight down when I bring it to my mouth. So at least for me, I didn't have to adjust it at all. But you do have the ability to adjust that, to get the air hole of the Genesis to line up so that it's pointing toward you if you're using a Jenny, because you want the wick to be toward you, as you know, so that it doesn't dry out when you guys know how that works. So anyway, how does it vape? Well, excuse me. So I've used some other side-by-side devices like this, and Sidewinder, the Sfamesto with the sticker. I have never, ever had a side-by-side device like this hit as hard as this guy does. The performance of this little guy is absolutely fantastic. I don't know that it, I mean, I didn't do a side-by-side. I probably should have. I didn't do a side-by-side with like a Bear Brass mod or a Nemesis just to see if it's hitting as hard as that. But the performance of this device does not leave anything to be desired as far as how hard it hits. Like I said, it performs significantly better than any of the side-by-side setups that I've used before. Obviously, the quality of the vapor and the vapor production and warmth and whatnot that you get is going to be very much dependent on the atomizer that you use. But know that whatever atomizer you use, if you set it up the way that you want, this is going to perform as you would expect a high quality mechanical mod to perform. I absolutely love this thing. To be honest with you, really, the only issue that I have, the only negative that I have with this device is just it's almost too small. I mean, I like I like using a compact device with a dripper on it and whatnot. But I mean, I really have to like. I feel like I'm like holding it like this every time I take a vape on it, like I'm being all super sneaky. But I'm resting it on my ring finger here, and you can see I'm basically covering up the whole device with just my index finger and my middle finger. And then, I almost put an extra long drip tip on it because I'm like hitting myself in the mouth with my thumb while I'm vaping it. So, but It's not really a negative, though, because that's the whole point of this device, is that it's supposed to be super stealthy and super compact, but still give you the performance of a high-quality mechanical mod, and it does. It delivers on all of the expectations and all of the excitement that I had when I signed up for this thing. It's absolutely fantastic. You know, I mean, I feel like I haven't really gushed over a device like this in a while, but this is just awesome. And for the price, you know, I mean, I know it's like it's a small package, but really, I mean, for $100 for a really high quality mechanical mod that, on top of being a good performing device, is also going to give you the ability to have, you know, a stealthy device. You can connect your lanyard to it if you want to wear it around your neck, whatever. I mean, it's I think it's a great buy. You know, even if the price is a little bit higher once they become available in stores in the U.S. and other places, and they're available for retail, I think it's absolutely a fantastic investment. The black coating on it is feels really, really good. It doesn't feel rubbery. It's got like a smooth kind of satiny texture to it. I'm actually not sure exactly what the coating material is. It wasn't listed in the official specs, so but it feels really nice. It looks really clean. Yeah, it's awesome. I really, like I said, I really have nothing negative to say about it, except for maybe it's a little bit too small for my gigantic hands. So my meat claws. But anyway, yeah, that's the Microstick from Chels. Highly recommend this guy. You know, as soon as they become more readily available, I definitely recommend picking one of these up. If you've got a 16mm Addy to throw in there already, you're golden. If not, you may want to consider picking up a Minigen to go with it. We'll talk about the Minigen here after we do another giveaway. So yeah, that's the Microstick from Chels. Again, highly recommended. Huge thumbs up. Very, very well done, Chels. All right, so what do we have up next? And I apologize if anyone's talking to me in chat. I'm not looking at chat right now. I got too much on my screen. So next we are going to do another giveaway. Let's see here. We're going to do a giveaway from Vape Syndicate. So Vape Syndicate is a great little place to buy drip tips and juice. VapeSyndicate.com. They sell drip tips there. He's also actually working on a hybrid called the Guardian that's going to be released very soon. The drip tips are awesome from there in my experience. I've got a couple of the titanium ones actually, and I really enjoy them. But their juices are awesome. He actually has, you know, just a few juices. They're all tobacco, like sweet tobacco blends, kind of along the same lines as like an RY4, but with more flavor. They're much more complex. Like he has, you know, one called Jungle Fever that's a banana tobacco. He has kind of like a sweet tart candy tobacco blend called Little Tart. And he has really funny names for this stuff too. Like he's got another one called Throat Yogurt. That's really good. I like that one a lot actually. That's more RY4-ish. So anyway, let's see. Let's see how many we got in the room. What we're going to do is give away a 30 milliliter bottle of Vape Syndicate juice. You get to pick the flavor. So we're going to do a number from 1 to 125. And when I say go in chat, pick a number from 1 to 125. And go. So Chels has his own site that's going to be going live soon. I don't have the URL for now. I've got the Vaporwall link. And I'm going to throw it up in chat real quick. It's probably going to get buried in a sea of numbers, though. So, yeah, there you go. That's the Vaporwall link that I just put in there, mixed in with a whole bunch of numbers. And, yeah, but like I said, he's going to be selling them on his own site as well. There it is, mini-esig.com. Is that the Chels link? It sure is. There you go. Thank you very much for grabbing that. So there you go. Mini-esig.com. That's the link for Chels' website. You're going to be able to buy stuff there, but he's also, like I said, going to be distributing through U.S. vendor, and I think there's going to be a European vendor as well. So maybe more than one. I don't know. You get on Vaporwall by signing up and having somebody sponsor you. If you are interested in joining Vaporwall, if you want to sign up and then send me a message on Facebook, I will be happy to get you approved over there. So, hold on. If you're not friends with me on Facebook, you're welcome to send me a friend request. That is my name on Facebook, Mike the Hill Giant, all one word. The Hill Giant is my last name. Yeah, like I said, you're welcome to shoot me a message over there with the screen name you sign up with on Vaporwall, and I'll sponsor you and submit your name for approval. So. Yeah, I actually enjoy his the Chels logo with the little donkey. I think it's fun. So. I do have background music on right now. It's just very, very soft. I'll put something. It's for whatever reason the random songs that it's been picking have been kind of soft songs. So let's put something else on. Hold on. This one's a little better. There you go. That's El Scar. Yeah, I saw my replay from last week and I thought the background music was a little bit too loud. I don't like it to be like overpowering, so it means pay it forward, John 2K. So, you know, if somebody doesn't need something that's being given away and they still want to play in the game, they can pick a number and then pay it forward to somebody else that might need it more than they do. So, I don't have any five-fingered death punch. You know, I actually have a whole lot of other stuff. I just I keep the mix for the show instrumental, or else I start like singing along in my head and I lose my train of thought. So instrumental only for the background for the show. So. All right, so get your numbers in. I'll give you guys a few more seconds, and then we'll stop in the room. And there you go. Aw, that's nice, Pack. Piffing to the person who he so brutally beat in a juice off. You son of a bitch. Anyway, all right, stop. Let's see what we got. 52, let's see. 51 from Kim Jamie. Let's see if we got anybody closer than a 51. 52 from S. Weller, right on the nose. Let's see if we got any more 52s. Looks like that's it. Let me just scroll through one more time. Alright, so S. Weller or Sweller. I'm not sure how you want me to say that. Alright, it looks like that's it. Alright, Sweller, 52 on the nose. Congratulations. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a message in chat with my email address. What you're going to do is you're going to go over to vapesyndicate.com and pick out one of their lovely juices and send me an email with the juice flavor that you want, the nicotine level that you want. If you need a custom VG-PG ratio, put that in there as well. And also please be sure to include your shipping address. And here comes my email address in chat. You'll see it here in just a sec. The throat yogurt is actually really good. That's one of my favorite flavors. That one and Jungle Fever are my two favorites personally. So I would actually recommend you try the throat yogurt. Despite the disturbing name. So, all right, let's see. What do we got up next? Another review of the Minigen by same modder that we discussed last time. So this is the Minigen from Chels, and that's what I have sitting in here in my Microstick. So let's just take this guy out here. The Minigen also has some engravings on it. As you can see here. This has the same logo, the little donkey logo, that says Minigen, and as you can see, it's also serialized. This one is number 123 in titanium. Okay, I'll give you guys a good look at it from the side here. It's the Minigen. So, the Minigen, it's made of either 316 stainless steel or titanium, and the contact point is brass as well. It's actually it's not a 16 millimeter atomizer, it's 14.8 millimeter diameter. The height is 45 millimeters, and it actually holds quite a bit of juice for the size. It holds about 2.3 milliliters worth of juice. Oh, I'm sorry, I took autofocus off and I should have. You like look at my blurry face? I bet you do. So, anyway, the price actually is pretty reasonable on this as well. So, the stainless steel Minigen is 70 bucks. The titanium Minigen is 90. I am reviewing the titanium, but I would imagine that the stainless steel performs similar. And the shipping is 10 bucks on this as well. So, if you were to get a Minigen and a Microstick, if you got them to ship at the same time, you would pay, if you got the stainless steel one, it'd be 180 bucks for both. It's not cheap, however, that's a really good deal for both a mod and an Addy, and especially one that is so awesome and such a good stealth device. So I think, you know, for what it is, the price is reasonable. You know, with the high-end stuff, even though it's more expensive, the nice thing about it is if you decide you don't like it, you know, you can sell it and get your money back pretty easily with 99% of the stuff you buy. You know, because it's quality and it's in demand, and better off saving your pennies and getting something nice rather than buying multiple products that you end up having issues with, you know. So anyway, here is the link. That's for Chels Vaporwall page, and again, it's mini-esig.com for Chels' own website. But let's do some close-up on this guy. So let me get auto off again. All right, so the Minigen again, as you can see, this is the titanium one. We'll take the drip tip out so you can see. Didn't have any issues with any drip tips fitting in here. Everything fit nice. Nothing was too tight or too loose. As you can see, this is the Hellfire one, and it's nice and snug. So it's got some juice on there, so it came out a little easier than usual. But I haven't had any issues with anything fitting. It's just the right size. So you can see the bottom has that brass contact, 510 connection. The top is screw top. I believe the air hole is 1.1 millimeter. And it's got quite a bit of threading to get that off. So even though the top cap looks a little bit tall maybe, there's actually very, very little room inside that top chamber because that threading goes up so high. And again, it's only 14.8 millimeters, so, and it's even reduced a little bit beyond that on the inside. So it's a very, very tight chamber inside the atomizer, okay? And let's look at the Addy deck real quick. Very easy setup here. So I set this up, as you can see, with flat ribbon. I did a 4-wrap of 0.8 millimeter ribbon, and I actually used a cable mesh hybrid wick in here. You can see the Addy deck, pretty straightforward. You've got your negative screw, you've got your fill hole on this side, and then you've got 3 little nuts around the positive post. The bottom one tightens the post into the, or tightens into the insulator, and then the 2 above that are for tightening around the wire, as you can see. And that is, like I said, pretty deep threading there. So if you look at the top cap up next to it side by side, if we hold it like this, you'll see there's really not a lot of room inside that top cap when it's threaded down. Okay. Did not have any issues with leaking around the edge here, even though this is threaded. Okay, it forms a pretty tight seal. You'll see that when I screw the top back on here. Hold on a sec. So we'll screw that back on all the way, and as you can see, that's a real nice tight line around there. Okay, and again, I didn't have any issues with juice leaking out there. So, there you go if you want to take a look at the logo again. Again, this is the titanium version, so it's a little bit lighter than the stainless steel version. Hold on a sec. There we go. And it fits nicely inside this guy. It also looks pretty nice on pipes because of the small diameter. It lines up well on a lot of the pipes. And I'm not sure if this is if this was intentional or if this is something that's different depending on the Minigen that you have. But like I said, when used with the Microstick, for a righty, that air hole lines up perfectly. And then if you're a left-handed vapor, you can adjust that 510 connection in the Microstick so that it's on the other side and you can vape this way. So, how does it vape? Well, very good vapor production, especially for, you know, having such a small air hole on it. The vapor production's fantastic with the build I've got on there. Nice thick vapor. The flavor is very, very good, and the vapor is very, very warm. It's comparable to other Addies that I kind of fawn over on the show, like, you know, single coil. We'll stick to single coil because I hate comparing single and dual coil. It's a different, you know, some people like single, some people like dual. Comparing it to single coil, the flavor on this is like almost on par with Hellfire Mini, Nawal. It's real close. I think maybe just a tad bit less flavor, but it's very, very close. The warmth is very, very close, if not identical. The titanium, I think, helps increase the warmth a little bit, like I've talked about with some of the Art of the Exhale devices. Because the titanium heats up quicker, I think that it helps to keep the vapor in the chamber warmer before it gets to your mouth and your lungs. Hold on, I'll take another vape. Yeah, I mean, just fantastic. This has been, you know, my go-to since I set it up last Thursday morning. You know, I've been using everything, you know, for the review, obviously, but I've found that this has been the device that I've kind of reached for more often, and really, really loving the vape that I'm getting off of this. It's absolutely fantastic. So, you know, I'm going to keep this one relatively short. It's, you know, if you're getting a micro stick and you have the opportunity to get a Minigen with it, I would jump on it. Because, I mean, being able to get one for, even the titanium one is only $90. At least that's what it is through the list. Again, I don't know what the prices are going to be once they're hitting stores, but I can't imagine it's going to be too much higher. Absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. It's a great combo. It's a great stealth combo. The performance on it is unlike. It's better. It's much better than I expected looking at the device. You know, I mean, when you see the black coating on it, you think maybe you're going to have issues with coating on the threading and then losing, you know, power because of that, like some issues with other devices and anodizing. Not the case with this at all. The threads are all clean. Everything's very well machined. And I'm talking about I'm actually talking about both the Microstick and the Minigen together at the moment. Just very, very well made. The finish is perfect on it. No nicks, no marks. Really nice looking. I'm absolutely thrilled with the combo. It's a really, really good combination, and I think that this is going to be a very, very popular device once they're more readily available. So, anyway, that is my review of the Minigen from Chels, and again, highly recommend it. Really good vape, real easy to set up, and yeah, just really good all around. The only negative maybe is the juice capacity is a little bit on the small side. It's a 2.3 millimeter, but it's still not crazy small. So, you know, carry one of these around with you if you need to. Little needle top. But anywho, there you have it. That's the Minigen from Chels. Big thumbs up. So, let's see. What do we have up next? We are going to do another giveaway. Hold on a sec. There we go. Right. So, we're going to do a giveaway for iHybrid's Red Standard. Not an LE, but this is a red anodized iHybrid Standard that we're giving away. Comes with the 18650 setup and tube. Also comes with the 18350 tube. Also comes with the tank ring. So, if you want to use it without the tank protector, and you want to pop this guy on there instead to cover the threads, you can use it this way if you want to. Looks like that when you set it up this way. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Yes, from iHybrid Mods, my newest sponsor, who has got some, I'm not going to talk about what he's got coming up and what's coming out, but he has got some amazing, amazing stuff in the pipeline that he's working on, and I'm very, very excited about it. I am going to be reviewing, finally, I know this took me a long time, I apologize, but I'm finally going to be reviewing the Pure next week. So we'll talk about that in more detail next week. I have vaped it, and it's really good, and for the price it's ridiculous. But anyway, so let's see here. Let's see how many we have in the room. All right, we're going to do a number from 1 to 125 again. And again, if you have won already tonight, you can still participate in the iHybrid giveaway. We're treating this separately. Hold your horses. I didn't say go yet. So, when I say go in chat, pick a number from 1 to 125. And, hold on. There we go. One number per person. And again, like I said, if you've won already on tonight's show, you're welcome to participate. So Plank is cool. Please put your number in after the go in chat if you could. Thank you. So, Darth, you made me choke. Well done. If you are going to piff, which is awesome, please let me know who you would like to piff it to. Put that in chat. Yeah, I have a feeling that there'll be some duplicates. There's a lot of numbers flying around. This thing does look sweet. Oh, look at that. I'm actually going to, just because I can be clumsy at times, we're going to put this back in the tube and get it ready to ship right now. That's very generous of you, Slushy. No, I can't, Jalen. Dirty. Yeah, it doesn't matter if more than one person picks the same number, guys. We do a roll-off. That's how we do it if there's multiple people picking the same number. It's impossible. I mean, there's too many numbers to tell if somebody picked a number already, so... If I had 3 hands, I would stroke my beard while I do it. That's what I'd do. Alright, I'll give you guys a few more seconds to get your numbers in if you haven't already. This is for the red anodized eye hybrid. And stop. Alright, let's see what we got. 109. Alright. So, here comes the painful part where I get to scroll through all of these. I see a 108 from Stub. Let's see. $109 from Aussie L. Almost one of the first numbers picked. Let me just double check and see if there's any other 109s in here real quick. Hold on. You actually came close, Slushy. Alright, I think that's the only 109. Alright, congratulations, Aussie L. Well done, well done, congrats. You've got yourself a brand new standard eye high with all the fixins in fancy red finish. So, let me send you a message real quick, and what you're going to do is, it's going to have my email in it. You're going to send me an email with your shipping address, and that's all you need to do. All right, thank you, Faceless iHybrid Mods, for the sponsorship and doing the giveaway. It's very generous of you. We all appreciate it. I'm sure Aussie L will be very appreciative as well. Is it Aussie I or Aussie L? I can't tell. Anyway, I'm sending you my email address right now, so congratulations. There you go. All right, there you go. That is my email address. Just shoot me an email. Shipping address. It's all I need. Good to go. All right. So, congratulations, and let's move on to the next review. So, we are going to talk about the No Name from Peppo99. The No Name is an interesting device. So, it comes with a bunch of different parts, and you have various different options available when you purchase this as well. So this is set up in a specific way that we'll discuss it a little bit later. It's super shiny. It's a bit of a fingerprint magnet, but it's got beautiful finish on it. This is an 18500 mode. Now, this is not a mechanical device. In fact, hold on one second. My spreadsheet just went away for some reason, so let me pull this up here. So the No Name is 130 euros, and it comes with a polished top cup, a short sleeve that's polished, a logo short polished sleeve, central ring, a button group, bottom cup, polished with serial number. We'll talk about what all of that means here in just a few. It has an electronic switch. It's 23 millimeter in diameter, 66 millimeters tall. It weighs 153 grams, including the battery. It's all stainless steel. And then it has adjustable sleeve positioning, adjustable top cap positioning, and it's got an adjustable center pin that I will show you in just a little bit. Now, for 20 euros, you can also get the 18490 upgrade. And then for another 25 euros, you can also get the brass upgrade, which includes brass sleeves for short and middle mode, and also a brass button. So you can set this up a number of different ways. If you want to get the whole kit and caboodle, like I said, you know, it's 130 plus 20 plus 25, so you're looking at 175 euro, which is a little over 200 bucks, and that's not including shipping. So that's for 18350 and 18490 mode with the brass and the stainless steel parts. So you've got quite a few options. The switch that it uses is the same switch that's used in the Orion 2.1. Made by Palpo, I think is how you pronounce it. I could be wrong, but yeah. So let's do some close-up of this guy. Hold on one sec. All right. So the No Name. This is what the No Name looks like. Okay, it's all very, very shiny polished, very nice finish on it, as you can see. Let me zoom out just a little bit here so you can see it better when I'm showing the whole thing. All right, so this is the No Name right here. Now, as you can see, I have the brass accents on there. The brass is a little bit tarnished. It was nice and shiny when I got it. You can see the brass button there. And if you look very closely inside there, you can see that that's brass inside the logo. Okay? So, the extra parts that I was talking about for the full kit, I have this set up in 18500 mode right now. That's the 18500 bottom, okay? The brass sleeve on the inside can also be replaced with the stainless steel sleeve on the inside, so that the metal that shows underneath the logo is brushed stainless rather than brass. Then you also have the 18350 mode, which is this little bottom on it, which I actually am holding upside down. This little bottom on it. And again, you have a sleeve that fits inside it. This is the stainless steel brushed. You also have the brass brushed. And then it comes standard, like I said, with the stainless steel button. This is the stainless steel button that would replace that brass button that you saw, which is, again, beautifully finished, very, very shiny. So that's all the different parts. So you have two internal tubes, basically, for each mode if you get the brass and stainless. And then you have one sleeve for each mode, which are these little guys here. So let's show you what this looks like close up. So when we take the bottom off, okay, you have a piece of Delrin resting inside the bottom here. And that is actually where the battery positive contact is going to sit, okay? On the bottom, you have the serial number, and as you can see, it says no name. Oh, I meant to show you, you also get this. Little metal card that's got your form name and your serial number and no name on it. So, anywho, so we have the bottom cap. This is where the positive goes. So just like on the Orion 2.1, you're going to put the battery in backwards, okay? Positive down. And we'll take the battery out. And then you can see here, so you've got this sleeve. This slides off, and this is the actual battery tube, okay? And if you look inside, you can see that there's a spring in there. Actually, I'll take this off so you'll be able to see it a little bit better. So that's the brass battery tube. And then inside here, you can see there's the switch and the spring. And that Delrin piece that you see right there, that's got those little slots in it, you would take a screwdriver, open that up, and that's how you can take the switch out so that you can replace the button that you see right here with the stainless steel button if you prefer the stainless steel button. Okay? Now, the other side, we'll screw the top off here. It has this on the underside, so you can actually use that to align the button. It's got like a compass there, and you see it's got a little piece of Delrin, which, as you can see, I scratched up a little bit with my screwdriver, but it's just a Delrin piece. It's not a big deal. You can actually get a replacement for it. And then this is the screw that comes out of the top of the switch where it makes positive connection with your atomizer through the brass connection there. Now, this is a double-threaded brass connection, so you have that pin in the center around the pin on the outside. That pin in the center, you're actually screwing down from inside the top cap until it makes contact with this. The cup, the brass cup that surrounds it, you screw in from this side until it makes contact with the atomizer. So let me just screw the top cap back on, and then we'll show you the other side. And as you can see, it's got like a it looks almost like a 4-leaf clover kind of thing there for airflow for a 510 atomizer if you want to use that. And then if you look closely in the center there is the, oh, I need to clean that off. If you look closely in the center there, you can see that screw where the 510 on the inside of that brass cup, that's the one that you screw down until it makes contact with the positive pin inside. And like I said, that brass cup, around it, you screw up from underneath until it makes contact with the atomizer on the other side. So, let's put this back together and talk about it a little bit. Okay. One moment while I reassemble. So, screw that back in, slide the sleeve over, battery in upside down, and then screw the bottom cap on. And as you're tightening the bottom cap, which, let's see if I can get the threads to match up. There we go. As you're tightening the bottom cap, you can kind of hold the sleeve so that the logo lines up. And then when you're done screwing it together, you've got the logo and the button all lined up nice. So let's take a vape. It vapes nice. You know, it hits like it should. However, if you are after a device that's going to allow you to do low ohm vaping, this is not the device for you, because the switch is designed to it's basically a safety feature, but it will not fire if you go below about 0.8 ohms. So if you want to, you know, do dual coil 0.5 ohm dripper, this is not going to be the mod that you want to use that on. It's not going to work. You know, if you want to vape higher than 0.8, works fine. I've got a 1 ohm coil set up here on my Big Ben, and using this, and it's I've got Grant's vanilla custard in there, e-juice, and it's very, very tasty. But as I said, if you want to go low ohm, this is not the one for you. One other negative, the positive pin adjustment on the inside of the 510 connection, what a pain to get it connected properly so that it's making contact with the atomizer. So because it's that brass cup rather than a pin, I actually had a couple atomizers that it wouldn't make contact at all, because the positive pin in the base of the 510 connection of the atomizer was very, very narrow. It was like a pin, and not like a round base, and it wouldn't make contact at all, and it wouldn't fire. So I actually had to, one of the reasons I used the Big Ben, aside from the fact that I really like it, is because it's got a little bit wider positive connection inside the 510 connection in the base of the atomizer, so that brass cup made contact there. So yeah, I don't love the design of the positive pin. It's kind of problematic, and like I said, I had some issues with getting it to connect properly on certain atomizers. And it's also really kind of a pain in the ass to adjust it properly, because you have to keep taking the atomizer off and putting it back on, and like you can't screw it in too tight because you can damage the switch. And then I mean, it's really kind of finicky to get it all screwed in properly. And then when you finally start to try, and then when you go to try it and the atomizer doesn't fire because it's not making contact, well, that sucks. So so just be careful. If you're gonna get one of these, make sure that you're using it with an atomizer that has a 510 connection. You know, and I'll just give you an example. Like the Minigen that I've got sitting right here is a perfect example. So the Minigen, if you look at the base of the Minigen, see how it's got that big flat positive contact with the thin insulator around it? That's perfect to use on this device. Something that's got just like a little metal pin in the center is not going to work on the No Name, because it's just not going to make contact. The positive pin's going to sit right down in the center of that brass cup, and it's not actually going to make contact with it. You're going to screw it up until it touches the insulator around it, and it's not actually going to make contact. So so that's too bad. However, it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's one of the nicest looking devices that I've ever seen. I mean, the machining quality on it is exceptional. The threadings are beautiful. The threads are beautiful. They're super smooth, super clean. And the finish on it is absolutely sparkling. It's a fingerprint magnet, but it looks gorgeous, you know, especially right out of the box. But you know, just it's a buyer beware situation. The connection is just not it's not going to work with every atomizer, which is too bad. And if you're a low ohm vapor, it's not the device for you either. So you know, while I like the No Name and I think it's beautiful, I don't know that I would recommend it, just because you may run into an issue where, you know, your favorite atomizer is not even going to work with it. So I would say if you have a favorite atomizer or two, check the bottom of them, look at the connection. If it's a you know, very small pin where the positive connection, you know, probably not. I probably wouldn't buy a No Name if that's the case, or I definitely wouldn't buy a No Name if that's the case. If it's got a nice wide 510 positive connection inside the insulator, then it'll work fine and perform well. Because when it does work and it is firing, it does perform well. So yeah, so buyer beware, I guess. This one gets a sideways thumb, I guess. So there you have it. That is the No Name from Peppo99, an absolutely beautiful looking mod that does have some flaws. So, oh well. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to do one more giveaway. Oh boy, I went a little bit long tonight, huh? So we're going to do one more giveaway. And hold on, let's see, where is it? There we go. All right, this one is from Boondock Vapes. So Boondock Vapes is giving away a sample pack of juice. 4 6 milliliter sample bottles, so 24 milliliters of juice. You get to pick the 4 flavors that you want. I highly recommend Pina Colada and Mango and Arnie Palmer. There are other great flavors as well. They do fruit blends really well. So, and there is their website from the Jedi in chat. Let's see here. Let me see how many we have in the room. All right, we're going to do a number from 1 to 100. And once again, most of you stuck around, even though we gave away even though we already did the iHybrid giveaway. Thanks. So when I say go in chat, pick a number from 1 to 100, please. And go. I'm looking at this drawing from Mr. Kuroda, or Mr. Kurodo. This is pretty impressive. My touchpad skills are... My touchpad foo is much weaker than yours, sir. Or ma'am. I'm assuming Mista is for Mr. Wait, is it me? I'm watching it draw right now. Oh, it is. Well, thank you for making me look much thinner in your drawing. That's really cool. All right, I'll give you guys a few more seconds and then we'll stop. Oh, Darth, you thought the same, then he made me look much thinner in the picture? Thanks, asshole. Oops, I made a potty word. I have to not care about whether or not I bleep that out on YouTube. All right, and stop. Let's see what we got. And 57. All right, let's see. 57. I see a 56 from Norway. 57 from Rory. I think that's it. Let me just make sure there aren't any other 57s. Okay. Oh, that's it. Congratulations, Rory H. That's you. Well done. I am going to send you... actually, what you're going to do first is you're going to go to boondockvapes.com. You are going to pick out the 4 flavors that you want. And then you're going to send me an email with the 4 flavors, the nicotine level that you want, the VGPG ratio if you need a custom VGPG ratio, and also your shipping address, please. Make sure you include that too. And my email address is coming over in chat right now. You'll see it come over just like all the rest of the chat, except it'll be a PM from me. And there you go. That is my email address. Thank you, Boondock Vapes, for doing the giveaway. And yeah, so let's I know we went a little bit long again tonight, as usual. Let's just do a little Q&A and then we'll wrap things up. So thank you guys for hanging out. So for those that haven't seen the show before, because it's really difficult to follow the chat while the show is going on, at least for me, because I've got all kinds of spreadsheets with info for the reviews and stuff going on at the same time. We do a Q&A session at the end of the show. So if you have any questions that I missed in chat and I apologize, or you know, questions about the stuff we reviewed, rebuildables in general, juice, anything vaping related, non-vaping related, whatever, we have a little bit of time here at the end of the show to you know, where I can, or maybe some other people in chat can answer any questions for you, hopefully. So let's see. The best DIY cleaner for brass. You know, there's a few really good ones. Cape Cod cloth is recommended. I personally use Mother's Mag and a microfiber cloth, both of which you can get at any kind of auto parts store or hardware store. So, and it's cheap and it'll last you a long time. So that is what I personally recommend. A lot of people swear by the Cape Cod. And there are other products that do a really good job as well. So, what will a decent mesh setup cost you, like a Genesis style setup? It depends. I mean, for a really good quality high-end device, it can range anywhere from, you know, 70, 80 bucks all the way up to over 200 bucks, depending on what you want to get. You don't have to spend $200 to get a really nice atomizer. In fact, a lot of the stuff from Art of the Exhale is on the much cheaper end of that, like the Hydra, for example. You know, what else? Like the G-Bell, actually, from Yankee 69 is another really good one that's reasonably priced. I think they still retail for under $100. And that's for a really good quality, good, you know, good vape. That's going to be a little, that's going to be a higher quality device than some of the stuff that you're going to get from China. So, let's see. Oh, no worries for those of you that have to go. Hope that answered your question, though, B-boy. Oh, no problem, Misty. It's all right. Yeah, Cape Cod polishing cloths are really good. I like using the Mother's Mag and the microfiber personally, but they all work really, really well. Do I want to come to Nathan's birthday? Sure, why not? If I'm around, I'll go. How are the bottom edges on the Minigen? I mean, they're not sharp. It's not like cut you sharp. They're probably brushed down a little bit, so it's not a sharp edge. It's pretty clean though. It's just not sharp. So, yeah, actually, the RSST is not a bad one either. But I don't know. I feel like that one's a borderline clone. I don't know. I can't recommend that. But anyway, yeah, Brasso's another one that works really good. Let's see. So Black Widow, to answer your question, that's possible. That's pretty high resistance for it to not fire, but I know there are some devices that won't fire under 1.5 on an 18350, just for safety's sake, because 18350s can't handle as high an amp. I mean, that's nowhere close to the amp limit, but still. My guess would be that yes, the answer is the resistance is too low, and I bet if you went up just by 0.2, like up to 1.6, I bet it would fire with the 18350. Let's see. Oh, the Microstick, not the... Yeah, so the bottom of this, it's got two Allen key screws that hold the base on and hold everything together. It's not sharp on the bottom. I mean, it's pretty clean. It feels nice. It sits flat really easily, though. No, it's not sharp. It looks sharper than it is, so it actually doesn't feel. It doesn't feel sharp. So it's not rounded, but it's also not sharp. It's not gonna. It's not like cut you sharp like the B&J and the Hannah mod. It's and also the material is kind of soft too. It's not metal. I mean, it is metal, but it's got the coating on it that's kind of soft. So, let's see. It still won't fire with a 1.8 ohm, huh? Wow. Okay. I don't know. That seems extreme. But I'm actually not 100% sure. I've never used it, but I know there are other devices that won't fire, under 1.5 ohms with an 18350. 2 ohms seems a little extreme to me, but I don't know. Maybe it's an extreme safety feature. Yeah, so yeah, with that thing that happened on Facebook with the battery melting and exploding, basically, the battery that person used was not a battery that he should have been using in that device, because the device that he was using relies on the... So, hold on a sec. I'll show this to you guys real quick. So most batteries that people are using in mods, like AWs and eFests and the like, have this. So you have this red coating that goes around the bottom a little bit, and then you have the part in the middle that's exposed. So the type of battery that he was using didn't have that red coating, and the mod that he was using, and there are a number of mods that are built this way, actually relies on that coating as the insulator. So basically he had essentially like a hard short in the device because the outer ring was making contact with the negative on the button, as well as the you know, the positive post at the same time, and it just fired. So in his pocket for a long time, and eventually shorted out the battery. So just make sure if you're using a device, a mechanical mod, that doesn't have a Delrin insulator in the switch and it relies on the coating on the battery, that you're using a battery that has this type of coating to insulate the battery. So and there are a few devices like that, the Pulse being one of them. So let's see what else. Yes, that was on a Pulse, Jalen. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, you know, you don't have to use protected batteries. You should be using batteries with safe chemistry. You know, like the AWIMRs, the IMR chemistry is safer. If something happens to the battery, it's designed so that it will vent and not explode. So, you know, it'll get hot and it'll emit hot gas, but it won't actually burn and shoot flames and start a fire in the case of a short, something like that. You know, protected batteries are a good idea, obviously, but there are some cases where you don't want to use a protected battery because maybe you want to do low ohm vaping and the protected circuit won't allow for that. And there are safe ways to do lower ohm vaping. You just want to use a battery that's got safe chemistry and it's designed to be used at a higher amp limit. You know, whenever I play around with lower ohm stuff, I actually use a 26650 mod, which is rated a much higher amp rating than 18650 batteries are, the 26650 batteries. So, you know, it's safer and it can handle a lot more pushing of the batteries. So, let's see. Yeah, like Darth said, if you can't afford a Pravari, the Vamo is a pretty good option. So as much as I love and appreciate the Pravari for what it is and the quality of the product, I wouldn't buy a Pravari unless it you know, until maybe the 3.0 comes out, whatever that may be, and it has variable wattage, because as nice as the device is and as well made as it is, the bottom line is the electronics in it are way outdated. You're better off getting, you know, if you're going to spend that kind of money on a device, I haven't tried the Cyborg, but you might maybe go for the Cyborg instead, which is a DNA 20 tube mod. From Fluid Vapor, you know, that's going to be more readily available than some of the other stuff. You know, I mean, then you have the option like the Elevator that I'm going to be reviewing on the show here in the near future, and that one's harder to get, granted, but it's another, you know, DNA 20 mod that's got the variable wattage, which is, you know, and the higher amp limit on there, and has much more advanced electronics than a Pravari. So, all right. Well, I've gone way over, guys, so I apologize if I missed any questions, but I got to wrap things up because I'm supposed to end at 10, and we're already almost a quarter past. So, thank you guys so much for coming by. And yeah, hopefully I'll see all of you next week. More reviews, more news, more free stuff from my awesome sponsors. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. So have a good night. Just you know, and like I said earlier, if you need to get onto Vaporwall, let me throw my Facebook name in again. I'm happy to sponsor you guys. I know that none of the people that come to my show are spammers. So Mike the Hill Giant, all one word, is my last name on Facebook. So hit me up there if you want to sign up on Vaporwall, and I'll be happy to, you know, just let me know what your username is over there. I'll be happy to sponsor you there. So, all right, thanks guys. Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you next week.